This is a very sad news, and I did not take it lightly, even though to the media houses in Kenya, I think it was not given a very big highlight. If you look at the Star, there is a story of an aspirant in Kisii that was stabbed to death. Now, this is a very bad, I think this is a very bad news and a sad news. But in this analysis, I want to treat it more of being a bad news. This aspirant is known as Okari. I need to get the full name. Yes, Thomas Okari. And he was vying for a Kisii Bombada ward seat through the ODM party ticket. So he traveled to Kisii on Sunday night, then arrived home around 11 p.m., then directly went to bed. This is the statement from the brother. But somewhere in the night, he was attacked by unknown goons who attacked him and inflicted some pains, or rather attacked him with machete and hacked him with machetes and knives. So he was taken to the hospital the very time, but passed on when receiving treatment in the wee hours of Monday. This guy, or this aspirant, was eyeing the Bombada ward seat in Bomachoge, Borabu, Kisii County. The relatives and villagers said he sustained machete injuries on the head following the attack at his home in Bombada. He was found bleeding and passed on at Oasis Hospital in Kisii. A nephew known as Daniel Mayaka said that they suspect his uncle's involvement in politics as a possible motive. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter on whichever political side you align yourself to, but this is a sad news and a bad news. And to say the least, this is a bad president. There is no way that at this time an aspirant or a politician should lose life because of a high voltage politics. A while later, a group of armed thugs forcefully gained entry into the house and attacked him. Now, ODM parliamentary aspirant Evans Kimori condemned the attack and called on security agencies to investigate. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question here is this: what is the security of the active political players in the constituency and the wards? Because this is one, and this is just one that is setting a bad precedent. In fact, before I proceed to the family, we have to say condolence. But then there are some signals that whatever happened in Kisii is sending to the key political stakeholders in this country. That is what I want us to look at. And kindly subscribe and also click the notification bell. If there is a story I will follow to the latter, I think it's this one. Many times the journalistic approach normally gives prominence to prominence. You only give attention to news that is big news. This might be a small news in the mainstream, but in the political space, this is a big news. You will agree with me. One thing stakeholders need to look at is that there are high stakes in the ward rep, in the ward rep seats and the constituency seats. And maybe to maximize this a bit, is there also high stakes in Kisii politics. So before in Kisii, I think this should send a warning and this should send a red alert to the big parties that maybe have high stakes in Kisii politics. If an aspirant can be killed in his home, can be attacked in his home, simply because he was vying for an MCA seat, and I know it might be more than what catches the eye, but if you connect the lines well, because again, nothing was stolen. I've seen this done. We've also tried to do some fact check with some few reporters here and there from fellas in Kisii, because I received this news. I received around I think early in the day. Nothing was stolen. There is nothing. No one else. There was no home that was. No one. It was him and him alone. Ladies and gentlemen, then I think number two, the security of aspirants. I know that the police cannot give security to all the aspirants. I know this cannot. But I think that even to some extent, they should find a way there is a very good policing, or there is good coordination, or I want to say there is no harmony or confrontational politics at the grassroots, because the acrimony is what brings this. The acrimony there is what brings this. So I think I don't know what can be done, but there should be very good framework, a regulation framework that can ensure or upscale the security of aspirants. This is a very bad precedent. We are heading to general election. And these are just the tones of political intolerance. This is just another form of political intolerance. And the reason why I was saying, point number 4, this should be given, I think, the focus it deserves, is because this is a form of evolving forms of political intolerance. You remember Jacaranda, remember Kondele, Raila Odinga's chopper incident. This is now murder. I know, and I mentioned, I gave myself a disclaimer, it might not get that, because people look, okay, it's an MCA. Think about an MP. Think about a senator. And the worry is, it is evolving at the community level. This area is already charged. Whatever happens, this area is already a highly charged place. Because even during burials, during the election, the morning, the time the family is breathing and all that, already there are people that have already done their own speculation, and that aspirant is I-marked, the other one is I-marked. So look at this. This tells you that something needs to be done. The forms of political intolerance we give focus, what we see in the mainstream, I think this is just a tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of things that are happening at the community level. And I think for this analysis, I just want to ask someone, if you are somewhere, you are way in a place, can you just show us, get to the comment section, tell us the forms of political intolerance that you are seeing, that you can point out that needs to really be given that focus. We know that someone somewhere might watch this video and actually give it a consideration. Number 4, and this is the giant in the house, is the direct tickets. If a party is to give a direct ticket, and this might not be maybe directly to this issue, but if a party is to give a direct ticket, I think there should be a way that it's not treated as favorism. You know, when someone comes from Nairobi, or someone comes, because I read one of the journalists was saying, okay, are there, we were actually asking, are there talks of him being preferred as they want to receive the direct ticket? So the elimination was a process to make sure that people go back to the drawing board. You know, all this were on table. And so this has put into focus the issue of the direct tickets, especially at the ward. The ones that are vying for the MCAs, if party gives you direct ticket, I'm telling you, in the rural place, the party may not be giving you direct ticket to the police, and the people around might actually feel there are other aspirants, because in the MCA seat, I don't think consensus will work. Simply because the ambitions are short-sighted, are short-term. I want to be an MCA, period. Don't tell me about anything else. So, I think, if you ask me, the MCA positions, scrap off direct nominations. Let those people go to nominations, whether it will be chaotic, if they don't organize, disorganize themselves, but at least get the process, get the people involved, so that aspirants cannot be earmarked. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a sad one, but again, what do you capture?